Forgiveness is at the core of the gospel message.
If you cut the gospel anywhere, it bleeds forgiveness. That's why Jesus came to earth. Going all the way back to the Garden of Eden, when God created Adam and Eve, He wanted to cultivate an intimate relationship with them. The Creator God savored connecting with and doting on His creation. Only one limitation: do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, i.e., the knowledge of right and wrong. The ban from the tree was a trust test. But Adam and Eve failed the test. They violated God and, by doing so, created a sin debt with no hope of repayment. Their debt was passed on to us. Again, for reasons I don't understand, God refused to give up on mankind. In His rich compassion, God sent His Son, Jesus, to pay man's sin debt. Perfection required perfection. So Jesus came, lived a perfect life, and by dying on the cross, paid the price only He could pay. Jesus' resurrection proved that the Father, satisfied with His Son's sacrifice, forgave the debt. Forgiveness of sins is the very reason Jesus came. As He gave the disciples their final marching orders, He summarized the good news for them. Thus it is written that Christ would suffer and rise again from the dead on the third day, and that repentance for forgiveness of sins would be proclaimed in His name to all the nations, beginning in Jerusalem. To Jesus, the message of forgiveness is the intended outcome of the Incarnation. He endured the cross and conquered the grave to proclaim forgiveness to the world. This is why we can confidently say forgiveness is at the core of the gospel message.
Get your copy of the second edition of Forgiving Forward on Audible or audio CD, or book at forgivingforward.com.